What we do here is go back, 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 back,
Hello, and welcome to the Hot Magazine Live Midnight Morning Show podcast. All right, we're going to discuss the Cavs playoff chances this year. And what we need to understand and what they need to understand is that they've lost a great player. And this great player is not just your average great player. He's he's the greatest player in basketball today. And to replace him is going to take a Herculean effort from each player on this roster. Each player on this roster, if they want to make it back to the finals, they can do it. But it's going to take each player having an out-of-body experience this year. It's going to take each player having or giving a Herculean effort. You're not going to be able to just play your best basketball. I don't care. I don't care what you think. You are going to have to, excuse me, you are going to have to give a Herculean effort. You are going to have an out-of-body experience to replace what you have lost. You are going to have to play together and on fire with such a chip on your shoulder that nobody else is going to understand what's going on. I mean, this is what it's going to take. This is what it's going to take. Each player is going to have to not only step up, you're going to have to hop up. You're going to have to hop up on the next step for this team to advance into the playoffs and beyond. And it's serious business. This is serious business. This is no joking matter. It's no laughing matter. It's nothing you can wave your hand at. We're losing one of the historic players in the game, and we can overcome it if we understand that. See, the only way you can overcome it is if you understand that. If you don't understand that, there's no way you're gonna put out the effort that you're gonna need to put out to overcome it. I mean, we've got a lot of good players on this team. We brought in a lot of good players, but good is not going to replace what we have lost. Good is just like in horseshoes. Unless you throw a ringer, baby, just getting close to the stake is not going to be good enough. You're going to have to throw ringer after ringer after ringer to replace what we've lost in LeBron James. And everybody is going to have an out-of-body experience. Everybody is going to have to not just step up, but jump over that next step to the next level. Everybody is going to have to put out whatever is in their capability of putting out a Herculean effort. And they are going to have someone who can bring this fire out of them. They're going to have a chip on their shoulder, which, you know, if you're an athlete anyway, and you're hearing what they're saying about you, that you gone to the championship 4 times, and there's people out there saying that you may only be the 8th, good enough to be the 8th seed this year. They're talking about your effort. They're talking about your manhood. They're talking about what you need to do to get back to where the level that you were at is going to take more than just playing your best self. It's going to take more than just being good. You are going to have to recreate yourself. You are going to have to be better than good. See, being good just is not going to do it. It's not going to do it. You're trying to replace one of the greatest players of all time. You can't just be good. Now, whether that comes from each player having an out-of-body experience or producing a Herculean effort, or doing it as a team. See, there's 2 ways to do it. You've got to either do it individually, or you've got to do it as a team. You've got to do it one of 2 ways, because you have to face the fact that unless you do this, you may fall just where they say you're going to fall. So what you have to do, you have to pick up the gauntlet that they done slap you with. Hey, and I'm telling you, they done put the bitch slap They done took the gauntlet and put the backhand slap on it and swung it at you. You've got to pick it up and say, okay, we're going to take the challenge. It's just a challenge. It's just a challenge. See, the thing is, are you willing to step up to the challenge? Because in my experience as a professional fan, I've seen it happen before in the past. There has been times certain teams were not expected to overcome other teams, but they did it and they succeeded, and they took the challenge and they overcame it. It's just a challenge. It's just a challenge. It's the same as somebody saying, hey, you'll never get that master degree. Uh-oh, you've got to put forth a Herculean effort now to overcome that stigma. You know, you can't allow a stigma to become your crutch. You got to put that crutch aside, and you've got to walk. You got to step up. You know, when you break your foot or you break something, your leg or something, and they tell you got to learn to walk again, that's exactly what they mean. You gonna lay there and they gonna say, well, come on, let's go. You gonna be like, I can't do it. Oh, you can do it. It's been done before. And you gonna have to do it, or you gonna just have to give up and never walk again. So what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to take on the challenge, and that's all it is. You're being challenged, and you can either accept the challenge or just be mediocre. I mean, it's up to you. It is up to each individual player. It is up to, you have to, like I said, you have to do it as individual players, or you have to do it as a team. Either way, it can be done if you want it bad enough. You want it bad enough. You got to set your sights on something, and you got to go for it. And believe you me, it's a lot of people that want to see you fail. They want to see you fail. They want to see you back at the bottom. But you don't have to be. You don't have to be. You got to work harder. You got to get stronger. You got to be in better shape than all of your opponents. It can be done. It's been done many times. Okay? We are the prime example. We were losing to the best team in history, and we were down 3-1. If my memory serves me correct, we may have even been down 3-0. But we were able to overcome that and win the championship. So this is what I'm saying. It can be done. Nothing is impossible. And that's the one thing you have to take with you in this challenge, is that nothing is impossible. And some things that people are saying, I mean, it's just talk. It's just talk. It's not written in stone. Your ending is not written in stone. Your ending is what you make it. Your ending is what you want out of it. So you got to keep a chip on your shoulder. You got to understand that everybody that comes in your way is trying to stop you from getting something that you desperately want. How bad do you want it? How bad do you want to prove somebody wrong? How bad do you want to prove the talk of LeBron carrying this team? How badly do you want to prove that wrong? It's up to you. It's all within your excuse me. It's all within your power. Like I said, the ending is not written. Just like if the ending was written, we would have lost to the Golden State Warriors in 2016. But as you can see, we did not lose to the Golden State Warriors in 2016. We walked away with the championship trophy. That's because the ending is not written. The ending is what you want it to be. Is what you make it. How badly do you want it?